The Chicago Bears are making bold moves, and this one could change the entire outlook of their defense. The team has agreed to terms with defensive end Dayo Odeyingbo on a 3-year, $48 million deal. Out of that total, $32 million is guaranteed. That is a major commitment to a player who has been steadily improving and now has the opportunity to shine on a revamped Chicago defense. This move is not just about adding another body to the defensive line. It is about creating a dangerous, disruptive front that can get after the quarterback. The Bears have already made significant investments in the pass rush by trading for Montez Sweat last season, and now they are adding a player who can take some of the pressure off him. When Sweat came over from the Washington Commanders, the Bears' defense immediately improved. His presence alone changed the way offenses had to approach Chicago. But he could not do it alone. He needed help, and now he has it in Dayo Odeyingbo. Odeyingbo has spent his entire career with the Indianapolis Colts after being selected in the second round of the 2021 National Football League draft. Over the past 4 seasons, he has developed into a solid pass rusher and an impact player on the defensive front. He has appeared in 61 games, starting 19 of them, and has recorded 106 tackles, 46 quarterback hits, and 16.5 sacks. Those numbers might not be elite, but they show steady progress and production from a player who has not always been in a full-time starting role. He is a high-motor player, someone who never takes a play off, and that relentless energy is something that fits perfectly with what the Bears are trying to build. Last season, Odenigbo took on a larger role with the Colts and responded with his best season yet. He started a career-high 14 games and played in all 17 for the 3rd consecutive year. He finished the season with 31 tackles, 17 quarterback hits, and 3 sacks. But statistics do not tell the whole story. He was constantly in the backfield, pressuring quarterbacks and disrupting plays. That kind of effort and energy is exactly what the Bears need alongside Montez Sweat. When you watch Odeyingbo on tape, you see a player who plays with power and discipline. He uses his length to keep offensive linemen off balance, and his first step allows him to penetrate quickly. While his sack numbers might not be off the charts, pressure is just as important as production. Quarterbacks do not like to be rushed, they do not like defenders in their face, and they certainly do not like getting hit. Odeyingbo makes sure opposing quarterbacks are uncomfortable on every snap. One of the most exciting aspects of Odeyingbo's game is his versatility. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall and weighs 286 pounds, giving him the ability to play on the edge or slide inside on passing downs. That kind of flexibility is crucial in today's National Football League. Defensive coordinator Eric Washington now has a player who can move around and create mismatches. If an offensive line is focusing too much on Sweat, Odeyingbo will have opportunities to break free and make plays. With his size, speed, and strength, he can rush the passer from multiple positions, which makes the entire defensive scheme that much more dangerous. But the Bears were not done with just one major signing. Right around the same time they locked in Odenigbo, they also agreed to terms with veteran defensive tackle Grady Jarrett on a 3-year, $43.5 million deal with $28.5 million guaranteed. Jarrett is a 2-time Pro Bowler who has been a disruptive force on the interior defensive line for years. With his experience and ability to push the pocket, he will be a perfect complement to the pass rush. Jarrett has built his career on effort and technique, consistently winning one-on-one battles against offensive linemen. He is a game changer in the middle of the field, and his presence will make life easier for the entire front 7. With these 2 signings, the Bears are sending a clear message. They are not just trying to improve, they are trying to build a defense that can dominate. A defensive line featuring Montez Sweat, Dayo Odeyingbo, and Grady Jarrett has the potential to be one of the most dangerous in the National Football League. And for a team that has historically been built on great defense, this is exactly what Bears fans want to see. Last season, the Bears showed flashes of defensive improvement, but there were still moments when they struggled to get to the quarterback. In today's game, a strong pass rush is one of the most important factors in winning. The best defenses in the league are the ones that can generate pressure consistently. Chicago is making sure they have the pieces to do that. When a team can rush the passer without having to blitz, it changes everything. It allows the secondary to play more aggressively, it forces quarterbacks into mistakes, and it leads to turnovers. That is what the Bears are building. This offseason has been all about making smart strategic moves. General Manager Ryan Poles has been patient, waiting for the right opportunities to improve the roster. He has built through the draft, made key trades, and now he is using free agency to fill critical needs. With Odeyingbo and Jarrett in place, the Bears' defense is starting to look like a unit that can carry this team to the next level. But there is still work to be done. The Bears may look to add more depth at linebacker, and there are still questions in the secondary. But the defensive line is set, and that is the foundation of a great defense. And this might not be the last move Chicago makes. They still have cap space, and they still have valuable draft picks. Could another defensive player be added to strengthen the depth, a safety to solidify the secondary, another pass rusher to keep the rotation fresh? There are still possibilities, and Poles is not done working. He has shown he is willing to be aggressive, and if the right opportunity presents itself, the Bears will not hesitate to make another splash move. The NFC North is wide open, and the Bears are positioning themselves to make a serious push. The Detroit Lions made a deep playoff run last season, but they are not unbeatable. The Green Bay Packers are still figuring things out with their young quarterback. The Minnesota Vikings are in transition. This is a prime opportunity for Chicago to step up and take control. The Bears are not just trying to compete, they are trying to win. And with a defense that can create pressure, force turnovers, and control the game, they have a real chance to do just that. And it all starts in the trenches. The Bears are building their defense the right way with strong, physical players who can control the line of scrimmage. This is what made Chicago great in the past, and it is what will make them great again. When you look at the great Bears teams of history, they all had one thing in common: a dominant defense. This team is taking the steps to get back to that identity, and it is something every Bears fan should be excited about. Bears fans, get excited. This team is coming together, and they are doing it the right way. The monsters of the Midway are making their return, and it is going to be fun to watch. Dayo Odeyingbo is just one piece of the puzzle, but he is a big one, and with the season approaching, the excitement is only going to build. Welcome to Chicago, Dayo. It is time to get to work.